Morning, guys. Okay, now this is kind of crazy. This is the second time I'm recording this. The first time I did like an hour video, but the problem is the first one I didn't hit the recording button. The second one it didn't convert fully. So I'm beginning again, and I hope this is the last one because I'm really tired. So let's do this. Let us do this. So we are Sky Family as usual. So today I want us to do one practical one practical practical machine called infosec warrior CTF to do it. So this is a challenge that was did this is a challenge that was did 2020 on 25th March. So this, you just download this video from the vulnhub. So vulnhub is a site for vulnerable machines for people to hack. For challenging yourself, you just hack until you come to a place where you get truth. So let's begin. So the VM is given as 3 in infosec blah blah blah, the official website. Here it is. I'm thinking I'll upload the other one that is not complete. So I'll upload two. The first one that didn't do what? Not record, didn't finish converting, and this one, because I want to be me during this video, how I think, how I relate with machines when I start hacking. I don't want to give you things that I don't do. I want to be, what is this? I want to be sincere with the teachings, you know. So number one, we're hacking this machine. So question is, where do we begin? So I've installed it on VirtualBox. Here it is, and it's giving automatically, it's giving us the IP address. So this is our target machine. So this is our target. So this is a vulnerable machine. So this is our target. So our work is to target the machine, gain as much as information that we can get, so that we can be able to enumerate the system. You remember the 5 stages that we spoke of earlier, the stages. So there is a reconnaissance, sky enumeration, gaining access, maintaining access, and covering tracks. We are not going to do covering tracks today and the dark web, but the next video we are going to start with data gathering. How much data can you collect on a specific person, not just a person or a building. What we check, what we look for when we go to people's social medias, blah blah blah, and all that. So we are going to do scanning the target and enumerating the target. So we are going to gain access and then explore. So we are going to do 2, 3, 4 of them. So here we go. So at first I did the Nmap scan because I knew it was going to take long, because it took long the previous 2 videos I did. So Nmap is a tool called network mapper. Its work is just to scan the target, give you the IP address, the port number. So what is a port? A port is, what can I describe it? Let me say, now everyone has every machine uses an application. So an application, to connect to the internet, it opens a port. Let me say a port like a channel to access the internet. So the port can open and close depending on the internet, whether it's on or off, whether you put a firewall on it or not. So let's do an Nmap. This is an Nmap. Switch A means I'm looking for everything. Switch P, small p, means that I'm looking for all the ports. So here are the results. So number 1, we have SSH. So we start enumerating SSH. One way how I do enumeration of SSH, clear just a second. So CD, I had created a folder for this infosec. I've done this machine 3 times during the I didn't what can I say, I've never done this machine apart from today. The 3 times I'm doing it now. So it's frustrating. Yet I'm a bit tired because I've been working for 2 nights without sleep. So let me see how much data we can get. So I had created this folder, so it's CD, desktop, and then info. So we are in, so we clear this. So we begin. So SSH, I love doing verbose -v, switch V, to display the process. The meaning of V is to display what everything it's doing, the steps it's taking. Yeah, you get me. So 192.168.0. It's 7. Oh, sorry. SSH, it's double S. So let's try to find anything juicy. Blah blah blah. No. We don't have anything. So it's okay. So we try admin. We try root. No, it's not working. So we're good. So SSH we can't break it, and the system it's using version 7. This one. So the best thing about this, there's something called the search exploit. It's a database created. It's a database of vulnerable things. You can just search a service or a version or what is this? An application, and it will be able to give you whether the application is vulnerable or not. So we don't have a result there, so we proceed. Secondly, we have port 80 HTTP. Now let me show you something. There are specific ports that I check when I'm doing penetration testing. There is FTP. It's called File Transfer Protocol, port 21. There is SSH, the one we're enumerating right now. That is port 22. There is Telnet, which is 23. SSH is more of encrypted Telnet. Telnet was used to, what can I say? It didn't use encryption. It didn't use encryption. Telnet. So it's just the ability to log into a machine remotely. Like if you're using Windows, there's something called Remote Connect. Generally like that. So Telnet was never encrypted. It used to use plain text. Next we have SMTP. So that is port 25. That deals with mails. DNS is I think 53 if I'm not wrong. Now that's just a way of the machine resolves IP address to names. And then there is HTTP, the one that we're just looking at right now, port 80. And then HTTPS, I think it's 443. Yeah, I'm sure it's 443. Now that one deals with websites. And then there is SMB. SMB SMB is I can't forget this name. Something bus. I'll remember it. I'll actually mention it. So it deals with file shares. So Samba, it's a common port. It's a really common port. And then finally is Nmap. So the port is 143. So those are the most crucial ports I look for when I'm targeting a system or when I'm hacking a system. Those are the ports that I look for. So now we see that this port 80 is open. So HTTP, it means it has a website. So you just take the IP address, go to a browser and just paste it there. Oh, nice. Problem establishing database. Okay. I think my virtual box is out. Yes, let me see if it will actually run right now. So let me restart my virtual box just a second. Power off. I think I'm having network problems, but it's okay. Let me start it again. So when you're scanning at a target, I've told you you're supposed to find a specific thing that you're looking for. The port that I've given you, try to memorize them. Try to make them among the first things you check, because like something like the SMB it's more vulnerable. So like there's this vulnerability that was discovered last year by NASA. I think that it's Eternal Blue. It exploits SMB. And what else? There's another exploit. I can't remember the name. So okay, so let's proceed fast. So the machine is up. Let's try to load this. Please don't tell me off. Don't tell me off. Ah, nice. So it's up. So we have a test WordPress menu, blah 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 blah. So we come here, log in. We see what it's going to give us. So there is no WordPress there. So what we're going to do is enumerate. Enumeration, we can use a tool called Dab. Its work is basically finding hidden pages. So it's 192.168.0.7. So its work is basically finding hidden pages behind pages or something. No, it's not pages behind pages, but hidden pages within the cPanel database. So here we go. So number one, we found something, no? And then when you're using Dab, code 403, it means it's not there. But code 200, it means yes. So code 202, it means it has found it. For instance, here we have code 202. So here we have a database. So we can stop this first. So this one is code 200. So we can just select, come here, paste that there, come back, take the other. So the one that says like 43. Okay, let's take this. This one is 443. We copy this, paste that one. Oh, it's loading. No, I think I picked up the wrong one. Let me pick up on something else. So code 303.743 error. So this one. So here you are. So code 200, it means it found a page, that specific page displayed. So for this one, it displayed 43, meaning it's forbidden or it's not found. But it's a way of enumerating because you'll be able to check the Apache version running for the website, which is okay. Now, secondly, when you have a page like this, you need to just relax first and think normally. So many people don't change the default password. So default password for PHP is root and null. And just null, nothing. You don't write anything. If it's not the one, you just type root and root. Don't save. Let's wait. Nice, and you're in. Next, we go to the WordPress database, YPDB, that means database. We go there, and then we go to WordPress users. And then we have two users. We have Krishna. So we copy this. No, not fully. So this is what we call a hash. This is what we call a hash. So we are going to take this, copy this, create a leaf pod. We paste it there. We take the other. Where are you? Not you. We take the other. No, let's just use that one. So the name is, so let me write it down. The name is Krishna. Let me write it down. Where's my biro? Let me take it just a second. Or let's just use another notepad. We'll write it here. So the name is Krishna. That's the user. Not you. So what we're doing is we're just enumerating. Now we want to exploit and to see if we can actually have root access. So where are we? So where are you? So nice. So we open another leaf pad here. We open a text file again. Oh no, we already did. So here you are. So we save this. Save as. We go to desktop. Infosec. We have I had created another one, so let me just cancel this. No, so previously I had done this, you know, so we can cut the hash. So here, so I copied both of them. Now I want us to use a tool called John. It's John the Reaper. John is a tool used to, what is this? It has many functionality, yeah, but mostly it's to crack hashes. Hashes are encryption types. So we are going to deal with encryption and cryptography later on. So where are we? So the syntax is John, the word list. Secondly, you need to be able to identify where your word lists are. It's something that needs to be at your fingertips. You won't go online searching word list location, but you'll be able and you'll be sure to understand where they are, and it will be easier for you to seek for them, to find them. Sorry. So yes, user. Oh man, I'm tired. Share word list, and then we're going to use raw Q text. A word list is a text file that has data, that is a username and passwords, that is used to try to crack a password on a login page or hashes. So for us, we are using this, and then after that we type in the file. So I had done this earlier, so what we need to do is John, I guess it's show. Let me see. Show. Yes, show, to display our password. So the password was infosec. So the next thing to do is to log in the system. CD infosec. The next thing is to log into the system using SSH. So it's SSH Krishna at 192.168.0.7. Then what else? Nice. And then the password is infosec. Nice, and we are in. So let's see what we have. So we have a message here, so we try to cut the message. I couldn't configure for you. I configured WordPress for you and make you admin of it. Your login credentials are same as your system login credentials. So yeah, it's good. So we are good to go. So the problem is we are not sudo. We are not a sudo user. Sudo user means we are not root or what's this name? We are not root. We are not admin. So if I typed ID, you can actually see we are not admin. We're just a normal user, and we want to elevate our permission to an admin level, whereby we can be able to change any part of the system. So we just sudo -l. So this command is used to check what Krishna, our user, has permission to do. You know, like we are trying to find a root permission that he has to execute something. So when you look at this, so we have matching default entries for Krishna CK05. So what we are doing, we want to elevate him from, you know, from a normal user to an admin. So what we are going to do is this. So we've discovered that mail secure path. Then so user Krishna may run the following commands on CK05. So on the system, he can run as an admin on this file and this folder with no passwords. So what we are going to do is this. It's sudo minus. You don't worry about this one. We're going to learn them step by step, slowly, as we pick up. This is just an introduction of what we are going to do and what you'll be able to do later on. So it's loop spell, and then we have this folder here, this syntax there. So copy, we paste this one here. Fatal error. So number one, we see the system is using GCC, so we just copy this. We come here, there's this go to this side, it's called GTFO beans. It helps in giving the right commands to elevator users. So beans is curated list of Unix binaries that can be exploited by an attacker to bypass local security restrictions. So we just paste that one, and then we just type sudo because we want sudo, and then it gives us this. So let me just copy this one. So this is the command that can be used to elevate us to be super users. So from there, I hope you can see here. Let me just, yes, that way. So we type back. So here we are, and then we just place our code, the one that we actually copied from the GC website. We paste this one here, and then we click enter. So the code is being compiled. So it has compiled. Let's see who we are. ID. Now we are loop spell. We are from Krishna. Now we are loop spell. So now I want us to elevate from loop spell to root. It's the same process. So what we do is sudo -l. So let us see what he can do. So he can still do the same. So we copy this because we are going to use this exactly the same way. So we copy this. I hope it won't execute because I don't want it to execute fast. So paste. Nice. So that we can change. Oh my goodness. No, we can't do that. So we have to type it. So it's no. Oh my. So I have a Python file that can give us a good bash or shell. So where's this Python file? It's in home. Python file. So we're going to use this. I haven't memorized it yet, so it will give us a good shell, a bash shell. So let me use the second one. Yes, copy. So we are here, we paste this one here. No, it didn't work. Let me try the other one. If it doesn't, it's okay, but it's supposed to give us a good info. Nice. So we are lock spell. Lock. I think we can do up. No, it just refused. So let me see if we can just paste. No, not you. So we are back at the same place. So it's sudo -l. So we found out that he can run this folder as root. So what we do, we're going to copy back this command that we wrote here. Where are you? So it begins from here. But this time, instead of using loop spell, so we paste. We are going to write. Oh my, I can't see you well. But I think we are done with this first one, so I can close this. Yeah, so I think also you close. I can close this. Let me type it well. Sorry, we are back. So I think we're just going to type it normally. So it's sudo -u root home, and then loop spell, then code compiler. dot. I think this one we can copy it directly. Copy, and we're like, ready. Code is being compiled, so ID, yes, and we are root. So the next thing is to find the flag. So let's do ls. There's a message, so we cut message.txt. So it's still the same, so we go to cd root ls. We have, so we display the cat root.txt. So yes, we are root. So our flag is if fa. Second thing to note, I want you to take notice. Previously, in the previous Kali Linux, or not just Kali Linux, previous Linux, all the passwords were stored. Let me do a cut. All the password was stored in etc password. Sorry, they were stored here, but nowadays the new Linux system, all of them are now stored at this file. Shadow. All of them are stored here. So the reason why I'm showing you this is because we've done John the Ripper. So you can be able to take a hash file here, like for instance this one. You can be able to take this and crack it using John the Ripper, and you can be able to get the logins. Is that okay? So thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. More is yet to come. But I'm thinking I show you something. Just one thing before we close. I want you to practice this. Google CTF. I want you to dig more concerning this CTF so that we can be able to do next time we are having practicals. So here it is, capture the flag with Google. It's an easy task, it's an easy process. Just do it and we'll see what next to do, okay? So let me give you an example. So you click on beginner. I've never done this. So wait. But I'm going to start doing it from today so that I can be able to gather my head. My network is not working. So thank you so much. I think we're going to end here. Please like, subscribe, and share so that we can be able to have these videos on frequently. So be safe and goodbye.